So what has been the biggest adjustment? You know, working
The
here, the food.
Yeah,
The food.
or like this the food is different. The food, but you have your tacos and your homemade, like my mom's cook or my wife's cook, So it's big difference.
Is that a similar sentiment of the people you know,
And like
the people you live with?
with people where I live now, sometimes like on the weekend, we'll make the rice, we'll make the chicken or the beef or the caldo, like the soup, like especially right now, we try to do chicken soup, or shrimp food. So
Jesus, among all the people that you work with on a day-to-day basis, besides Mexico, are there workers from maybe Guatemala, from something else?
no, there's Honduras,
Honduras?
yes, and Haiti.
Ah.
Puerto Rico too. Yeah, Puerto Rico, Haiti, Honduras.
So what are they saying? You know, you're working with a lot of people from different places, and there's been a lot said in the news about Ohio and the Haitians. Do you talk about that? Do you talk among your employee?
Well, I've been working with them for 7 years, and to be honest, they don't pay attention to that. They focus on working and providing for the families. Like even me, like I don't, because I know people will talk and they can say whatever they want, but reality is different.
The reality is
Yes.
you're doing this to support your family.
Yes. So.
And you were saying that you're proud of the work that you do here.
Oh yes, ma'am. Oh yes.
Can you talk about that?
Like,
The work that you do here and what it does for you and for your families.
Well, I put food in the table, so but it's like a good environment, like because I guess I work with my friends, from back home, or you get attached with people because most of us we coming for years. It's like 5, 10 years. I think my neighbor, if I have 16 around there, I think he has like 20. So like.
It's a family here. You've created a family.
Yeah.
A good atmosphere.
Yes, ma'am. Because we know each other since since I moved to Brownsville, since middle school. So.
Jesus, you said you work 12-hour days. What's a typical day like during this season now? What's your typical day?
For me.
When do you start? 6 a.m. How early do you start?
Yes, work from 6 to 6, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right, and when we start, I'm the seasonal supervisor, right? So before I come over here, I have to call my friend. He's the other supervisor, right? So we get in touch with what we're running, so I know where I could put the people, right? Make sure everybody's in their position, and make sure everything works good.
Perfect.
So it's nice that you've gotten into a managerial position. It's nice.
Yeah, I started here first I was rolling cans and cleanup crew. First, my first job here was in the can room, rolling cans, then cleaning the cleanup crew. Then I went to a field operator, then brand room operator. Brand room is where you make the pizza sauce, marinara sauce, right? Then I went to seasonal foreman. Now I'm a seasonal supervisor.
Nice, but it's still a hardship. I mean, what you do is not an easy.
Well, I feel more bad for her because the kids are growing, and she gotta wake up early and take my daughter to school, go to work, and then pick
So
her
how
up.
hard is that? She's alone raising the family for 6 months out of the year. How hard is it to come back into the family?
Now, like my daughter's growing, it hurts.
Yeah. It's harder, isn't it?
Yes.
To go back and see how your children change.
Yes, ma'am. But it's sad when they know that I'm coming.
That you're leaving. Oh,
they're crying. So.
Oh, that's got to be difficult.
Yes.
And how do you explain to children?
Well, tell them that that's my job. I've been there for years.
Yeah.
you know, and it's hard for me because I guess you get attached. I don't know how you say it, but I've been working here since, you know, when I was 19.
Well, like you said, you take pride in the work that
Yeah,
you do,
and a lot of pride.
and you're grateful.
Oh,
Why are you grateful?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. It was before, after COVID, it was really hard. And we were in the process of the house. So I got to send a paperwork that day. Remember I called Mr. Dan, you know, and we're like short people in the fields even. And I was over there at that time I was in Avis. It's like an hour away. And the one, get the paperwork done, notary and fax it, you know, and they move everything around just to make sure that, you know, like, if it was other company or other people, it was like, oh, that's your problem. We have no
They
people.
accommodated for you.
Yes, so I came back and we put with a notary.
Mhm.
With a notary and send it back to the housing thingy. And
Do you ever think about what life would have been like if if your family had been able to stay in Mexico?
well, I think every day, well, my dad will
Why
not
did
die.
they? Yeah,
Because if he passed away, you know,
right. Do you miss Mexico?
well, I live in the border.
That's right. Yeah, when you go home, you're almost in Mexico.
I miss my families.
Right. Over there, right?
Yes.
Being close.
Yes.
But that your mother is there.
Yeah, oh yes, my mom is in Brownsville. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I live in Los Fresnos. The house we bought is like outside of Brownsville.
Okay.
Small town.
Is it? But just outside of yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything you'd want people to know about the work that you do and the work
Well,
that
people
you're...
work really hard, you know, and they make a lot of sacrifices. A lot. People, they never realize it. They have no clue. That's the only thing I can say, you know.